All right. I have a lot to get you caught up on. I look haggard because I'm tired, y'all. I've walked about maybe a good 15 miles because um, I didn't feel like taking an Uber. I took an Uber to get, obviously, I told you I was leaving here to go to Harrods. Took an Uber to go 4 miles and it took almost an hour to go 4 miles. So I was like, lesson learned. I need to walk everywhere. So I have my notes of all the things that I did when I left here. So obviously I Ubered to Harrods and it took forever, like I said. When you, it just everything just like sort of came back to me as I was approaching Harrods. I remember the neighborhood and all what do you call it? Anyway, places that I just recognized. So anyway, got out and the first thing I see is like fancy cars. So I decided I'm just gonna. It was probably awkward because I think the person who owned the car was standing right next to us. So I just filmed this car because it's so cool. Filmed the car. Just was right across the street from Harrods, and Harrods spans like it feels like two city blocks. It's huge, and Harrods is one department store, almost like a old school Marshall Fields, but on steroids because it has a whole lot of just luxury brands and bespoke things that are exclusive to Harrods or Harrods brands. So this is an interesting experience. I still haven't like shopped Harrods. I've only gone there to smell fragrances. Again, I was interested in going there because there's a lot of fragrances that I can't smell in the US. I said this already, but that's the whole main purpose of me going. And it just takes time for you to get through all that stuff. So I was trying to get as much time as possible. I got through most, not most, but as much as I could. I think I smelled every brand or fragrance that they had, with the exception of just a few because the store was closing by that point. But they had some really cute displays. I wanted to show you all of these little cute displays that they had of Judith Lieber shoes. And they had it with like these really cool Judith Lieber bedazzled clutch purses that were all shaped in different things, like the red telephone booth or whatever, all kinds of things. But they were super, super cute. I could never wear shoes like those because I'm at this point in my life, I'm not about discomfort when it comes to my shoes, especially. So, but it's, and I'm sure super expensive because just, reading the room where I was, everything was just pretty expensive. I got lost while I was in there because they don't have like a easy, all roads don't lead to all the floors. Like some of them chop off in certain places. So I got lost trying to, get to the sixth floor where the second place where they sell all the perfumes is more of like the really expensive high-end fragrances and the exclusives and all that stuff is on the sixth floor. First floor has some of that. It's a really big perfume salon. That's where most of the brands are. Then they have some more fragrances that are with like the brands. So like they got a Louis Vuitton area, and that's where you can get the Louis Vuitton fragrance. And they have like a Celine and all of that. Every place kind of has its own little Hermes is in there as well. A little area for fragrance in addition to that fragrance salon and in addition to the sixth floor. I smelled so many fragrances. I kind of just put all the little, and it wasn't just these brands, but these were the ones that had branded like sniff cards or whatever, spray paper or what. The words are escaping me today. Goodness gracious. But anyway, those are the places that have branded ones. And but I smelled so many. I feel so satisfied. But I smelled so many. But I want to tell you about this one. I have this list of fragrances that I always wanted, that I kind of want to get my nose on, that are not regularly or readily available to me at the stores that I have near me. Some are, but when I do smell them, I cross them off the list. And the ones that are on my list are the ones I've never had an opportunity to because they're not near me or whatever. And so there was a brand that was on my list called Henri Jacques. And there was a fragrance that I wanted to smell called Rose Très Rose. And I didn't know this, but it comes in a set of 3 fragrances. So when I came in there to smell the one, the woman was like, oh, sit down, relax. I'll bring it out so you can smell it, but it comes in a set of 3, blah, blah, blah. It's like, but they let you smell like the pure oil version of it, and they mix the fragrances, whatever. And so she tells me the long story about where all these roses come from, when they pick the roses, how it's made. Then I said, oh, that's wonderful. These are lovely. How much is it for the set of 3? She said 8,100 something odd pounds. That's exactly how I looked at this woman. I had zero words, which means when you convert the pounds to dollars, you can do the math at home or get on your phone and figure it out. But 8,100 pounds converted to dollars, I'm sure is like 9,000 and something, maybe close to $10,000 for three small bottles. And I wanted to take a picture so I can like paint the narrative for you all so you can see. And she's like, oh, we don't allow pictures. So I wasn't able to take a picture. She's like, give me your number and I can send it to you through WhatsApp. I didn't want her to have my phone number, so I gave her my Google number. That, of course, it didn't go through. And she chases me down the hall like, do you not have WhatsApp? I was like, no. And so she's like, oh, I got to figure out how to get you the picture. So she goes away. I'm walking some more. She chases me again. And so she gives me this card and she's like, you can QR code this. So I don't know if you want to pause it and QR code it yourself. I don't know if it's going to show up for you. Uh-oh. Is that clear? Is it clear? I don't know. If you can QR code this and look it up for yourself, she says what's going to happen is this will pop up, this image here, and then I can see the fragrances. I can just screenshot it. So you go on and do that and screenshot it. But I have no words. But I had to share it with you. Anyway, so I bought a whole bunch of Harrods snacks and stuff from Harrods specifically. I remember yesterday I went to Ben's Cookies, and supposed to be the best cookies in London. Well, Harrods got them beat. I'm not going to show it to you, but I bought a pistachio on white chocolate chunk cookie. I took a bite of that. It was very delicious. Got that Ben's Cookies beat. I got a lemon glazed cruller. That was delicious. I took a bite out of that. And so I was just like, and then I got some tea for myself, some Harrods branded tea, and I got a gift for my mother. So she'll see that when I get back. But just in case she sees this before I see her, I don't want to ruin what the surprise is, but I've got her a surprise. But yeah, so that was pretty much the extent of Harrods. So with the Uber experience, on the way there being just crazy, I decided I was going to walk to my next destination. On the way, I saw all these really cool, and I love the walk. I love to walk. We talked about that before, but walking, you experience where you are in a different perspective. And plus it's super, super safer. They don't allow guns. They got knives now. They'll stab you, but they don't have guns here. They don't allow guns. Even the police officers apparently don't have guns. So I felt all right, but I didn't really film much of anything. I was very careful. If I did stop to take a picture or something like that, stop to take some footage. I was super careful, but I heard that the rate of people getting their phones stolen here is 50%. So it's a 50-50 chance that your phone is going to get snatched. So I was very careful about that. I didn't typically have my phone out. So there's a lot that I missed in terms of like capturing it for you, because I just had my phone put away most of the time. I saw some cool monuments. I don't know what these monuments are. So those of you who are watching it, if you're in the London area, maybe you can let me know. It was across the street from something else that looked rather historic. I have no idea what. I have no idea where I am in the grand scheme of things, but I was just enjoying the sightseeing. Well, my destination wasn't back to the hotel. It was to try, and I'm a sucker for these things that are on social media, but it was to try Italian Bear. What's the name of the place? Italian Bear something, but that's where you're supposed to get like the best hot chocolate in London. It's one of the best. There are several. It's probably like 5, but this is one of them. So I decided I was going to walk there and walk to the hotel afterwards, because I got all these snacks. I'm getting hot chocolate. I'm doing the most. And so it behooved me to get some steps in. So I go over there. It's beautiful, scenic walk. They got the decor. They got the Christmas decor up. I didn't think that they had it up this early, you all, but they got the Christmas decor up that I saw when I was here 2 years ago. And when I got here 2 years ago, I was here in December. So I fully expected that, but not at the beginning of November, but it was really nice to see. I went to Italian Bear, not a line or anything to wait. They have three sizes that you can get. I got the very smallest size, you all. This thing was like shot size. It was super tiny size. I don't even know what to call it. But that was like £5. Anyway, I got that, and I also got a butter cookie, which I haven't tasted or anything yet, but I will. I will taste it. Everything that I'm snacking on, all the little bites and things, I'm only taking a bite because I just want to taste it. I'm bringing it home, and I said my husband's going to divorce me bringing all this junk food home, but that's the risk I'm willing to take. Yeah, I'm risking it all. So I think my whole bill was like $7 or $7.50 or something like that for one cookie and the shot of hot chocolate. What I will say, the verdict is that chocolate is damn good. It was like drinking a chocolate bar. It was so the little shot, I could see why you would only get a little shot because it's very decadent. It's very rich, but it's delicious. You have a choice between milk, mixed, and dark. But the milk wasn't super sweet. It had a little bit of bitterness to it, so it wasn't overwhelming, at least in my opinion. But it was super good, and it was really thick. It was drinking chocolate. It's really good. Super small little shop and everything like that. I don't know if I took footage of it or not, but if I did, it's up here. What else? I walk on the walk home. I saw on the walk home, on the walk back to this hotel, which is not a hotel, you all. It's an apartment. I didn't know these are all apartments that people rent out and for various different durations. You can do it for a few days, one day, several days, a month, several months. But these are apartments, and that's why this place looks like that. I figured it out when I went to ask why housekeeping never came in here, and they were like, this is apartments, they don't clean. You can do it, you can have cleaning services for us for a fee. The only time that they do come and clean is if it's parties of 6 or more who are staying in a apartment, but otherwise you have to pay a fee. I was like, oh, okay, learn something every day. And I was like, no, I'll clean up after myself, thank you. But anyway, on the way back home, I saw Moulin Rouge, like in the movie, the Moulin Rouge building. I passed by the famed like Aveda, where you're like, I think I told you I'm like collecting rewards points so I can take this fabulous trip and have a spa day in London at their London location. I saw the London location that I'm supposed to go to. I didn't book it. I don't know why. I just did. I just don't trust the free time that I think I'm going to have. And if you book it, you get the certificate and all that. It goes to waste if you don't use it, and you have to schedule, time frame, all the things. And so you have to make sure that you are going to be able to use it. They're not going to refund it back to you. Once you claim it, you claim it. So I just don't trust when I'm coming here for work that the free time that I think I'm going to have, I'm actually going to have. Prime example is today. I was supposed to be done at 4. I didn't leave until 6:30. So I would have lost out on that. Okay, then that was it. And I just decided to, film myself really quickly in front of one of those famous phone booths just so I can have a record of the fact that I was here and whatever. And I took it because I think the last time I was here, I didn't get a chance to do that. So I got that finally, and that was pretty much it. I'm here. I'm home. Home. I'm back at the hotel apartment. And on the way here, I was really, really keen on getting some fries. But every place I stopped in, they had already closed the kitchen. It was the universe working, conspiring to keep me on my P's and Q's. I already had a bunch of snacks. So I have soup here from the other night. I don't know if you remember, we had what did I do? Why did I get soup? Because we went to was it the Indian restaurant reason? I don't even remember why. But I have soup that I have in the fridge because this is a whole ass apartment. So I did put it in the fridge. So I'm gonna have some soup. Even though it's 11 o'clock at night, I'm gonna have some soup because I did not have dinner. And my lunch was, I don't know. I didn't like it. I didn't eat it. So I just ate some of the vegetables for lunch. But even though I had bites and stuff of snacks and whatnot, I didn't eat a meal. So I'm going to have some soup and relax and call it a night from there, shower before bed and all that stuff. But if you see me again, I don't think I'm going to be able to do Liberty London. We talked about that because I'm going to have to leave here so early, and Liberty London doesn't open until 10, and 10 is when I have to make my way to the hotel. I may do one more stop before I go to the airport. I'm going to stop at one of these places that I've always wanted to go to that's on my list, because I always have a list of places. If my girlfriend Jocelyn is watching this, she knows this. I always have a list of places on my Google Maps all around the world that if I'm ever there, I need to go to these places. And there are several of them surrounding where I am. So Italian Bear was one of them. Liberty London is another, blah, 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 blah. So if I do something tomorrow morning, it will be one of those places on my list. And then from there, I will go to the airport. And that'll be it. I'm going to rest. I'm going to sleep hard. I'm going to rest hard. because I got to be right back at it on Monday. You know, and nothing stops. All right. See ya. I've talked too much. See ya. Hopefully you can hear me okay. But I am at the airport. I could not wake up this morning to save my life. I had every intention to try to find some like little quaint shop, like bakery or something that was on my list to go and grab something this morning, but I could not wake up. So I just got up with enough time to finish off packing my last bits, getting dressed, and heading straight over to the airport, which took an hour and 45 minutes to get here, even though it originally said an hour. So I am grateful that it seems that I went through security pretty quickly. No fuss or anything like that. It was literally straight through. So I'm headed over to my gate. I should be there with 30 minutes to spare before boarding, which is great, I think. I think that's where I'm headed. But yeah, I just wanted to cap it off here. I'll show you everything that I got, talk about the trip, my observations, as I usually do, in my next video. But thank you for coming along with me. Bye. It's future me. It's the next day, and I have survived the trip. I'm at the gym, as a matter of fact. It's the next morning after landing, and I took forever to get home. Traffic was a beast. I stayed up until the appropriate time to go to sleep here for Chicago time, and I have zero jet lag. And I think that's going to be my trick moving forward. Just make sure I stay up as long as, you know, until the next bedtime, and I'll be tired enough to fall asleep, and I will have zero jet lag. So that's my tip. Stay awake.
Rocky, she's just a fashion girl from Chicago. Rocky, she's just a fashion girl from Chicago.